Just a little noise for the rewatch gang. I know how much the rewatch gang likes my little noises. Hey, Mashy. Hey, Brooka. Dinner to Predator. Buttercup. What's up tonight? Jack shit. Absolutely nothing. How's everyone? Hey, Comic Brook. I definitely need to remember to there we go. Left dinner plans? Rice, as usual. Just remembered I need to upload my I watched that Star Trek Section 31. Just remembered I needed to upload the video. I hadn't uploaded. I recorded a review of it, but I hadn't uploaded it yet. So I've got it uploading now. So that'll go up tomorrow. It's just plain white rice. I think it's actually the no-name brand plain white rice because it's cheap. It's cheap and it's a size that is like the packages are a size that's not too difficult to carry when walking home. Like if I cabbed, I could get a bigger bag, but because I walk, so I have to be careful about how big a bag I get. So yeah, it's just plain white rice. Hey, Sirkin. How's life? Meh. Life remains deeply meh. I was looking at jobs last night. Didn't see a whole lot of promising ones. Did see a couple that are maybe worth applying to, but they need cover letters, which means I have to edit my I do have like a default cover letter, but I have to edit it. And like, ugh. Fucking. Ugh. Hey, Duck. Why the fuck do cover letters exist? Honestly, like, why are cover letters a thing? I don't get it. Like, you have my resume. My resume tells you everything you need to know about me. Yeah, they're just a pain in the ass to do. And like having to like edit it every single for having to sort of change it around a little, just a little bit for every fucking job. Yeah, you know, there's just very tiny edits each time. You have to make those little edits for every fucking job that you apply for, and then like yeah, they don't get read because they can just browse the resume. So I wouldn't quit my job that way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fucking idiot, Julia. Fucking whatever. I don't fucking care. Shut the fuck up. But hey, J Dot. Yeah, it's God, they're terrible. Cover letters are just fucking terrible. They're miserable things to do. And so fucking pointless. Like, maybe there was a purpose to them once upon a time, decades ago, but now there's no reason for them. Like, why do you want this job? Because I need money, you fuckers. Because we live in a capitalist hellscape and I need money to live. There's the universal basic income we were promised in the 70s. Norway gives their citizens a negative income tax from oil. Canada's very resource rich. We are. That said, that is somewhat complicated by the fact that uh, we actually do also put a bit of a priority on preserving Canada's natural beauty. For now, at least, we still do. Because Canada is a beautiful country. So, realistically, there's a lot of resources that, you know, we probably could make a lot of money off of, but which, getting to them would disrupt our natural beauty. So, Amberlyn and Tommy broke up. Shame for them, I guess. I don't pay any attention to her, so I pay attention to nobody. Went live for 20 minutes, but she was crying. Aw. I did the same thing last time I had sex. Went live for 20 minutes, but I was crying the whole time. Hey, Uncle Buck. Ever eaten ice cream and salad while watching rom-coms to deal with the breakup? Nope. I have never done that, no. Hey, Sable. Hey, hello, Craig. I don't know why, but talking about crying after sex, I don't know why, but it reminds me of Butch Patterson. I don't think that was even a gag in Butch Patterson. Stacey knew had UBI under Nixon 69. Nice. Hey, Uncle Buck. Hey, yeah. Have you ever cried during? No. Once, your mom was wearing a strap and she was being too rough. What's that shirt? It's Class of '09. This is Nicole's shirt from Class of '09. Her iconic no shirt. Am I willing to eat for money? I mean, I eat for survival. That's the main reason I eat is, because I need food to live. Mukbang? I don't know. I was thinking last night that um, like when I was looking at jobs, flip side. Yeah, Class of '09, the flip side. Yeah, when I was looking at jobs last night, I was thinking, man, maybe what I just need to do is get some YouTube drama going to bump up my numbers. I could eat a snack tray while talking about Canadian residential schools. See if I get featured on BuzzFeed. What type of job? I don't know. I was looking at like customer service. So let's start a rumor. Hey, Kelly. Say that you're going through something but can't talk about it. No library position available. Not here. I mean, I haven't looked at library positions in a while. Hey, Jordan. I haven't checked library positions lately, but I mean, they all either require a master's or they're part time. The full time library positions all require master's degrees. Mukbang politics. You need a master's for because it's usually like an actual librarian position. Because what they'll be hiring for, like if it's full time, they're hiring for a librarian position. What I have is a library and information technician degree. Hey, Swale. And yes, there is a difference between a library technician and a librarian. There is an actual difference between the two. Um, and yeah, it's tough. Store, gas station. I don't know. Do librarians do the required degrees? Um, often there's a certain degree of management involved. So you need to leave the house and work at 9 to 5 as a librarian. Yeah, library job. Yeah, I'd work a 9 to 5 to work at a library. Sure. Which one pushes people? But I mean, there's a lot to working in a library. Like there is a lot to it. Um, Hope you get the sketch that agrees with me. That Dewey Decimal System is master's worthy. Hey, Vanna. I mean, there's also a Library of Congress classification. And beyond that, I mean, it's not just like filing books. A lot of it has to do with helping people do research or doing research of your own for various things. Um, Wait, computers do all the work. A computer is only as smart as the person using it. So Library archives are archaic. What else besides telling all those blue hairs when to show up? Like I said, there's cataloging is, requires knowing how to do the cataloging. Really need a degree. Yeah. Like, it does depend on what the job is, but like, if all you're doing is shelving, then no, you don't need a degree for that. And in fact, a lot of that is done by just library pages. People who are either volunteers or paid a small amount just to come in for a couple hours and shelf the books. Just doing that, that's fine. But for everything else, yeah. Cataloging, yeah, you need to be trained and educated on how to do cataloging, on how to enter books into the system. You need to know how to do reader's advisory is a big one. Reader's advisory is a big part of working in a library. Being able to, it depends on what kind of library it is. Hey Nova, you need to be able to do research. Do you need to be able to find, like, depending on what kind of library it is, like if you're working, say, at a law library, at a legal library, you need to be able to find the right books for people. Getting a job? No, I have not gotten a new job. I like how ink smells and hot paper. Hot paper? Yeah, so you need to know sort of like, you need to be able to do the research yourself to be able to make sure that people who contact your library are able to get the right resources. Remember my local librarian as a kid, she used to dress up as a witch every Halloween with makeup and oatmeal on her face. She was great. Yep. There's acquisitions. Just figuring out what books to get for your library. Because you don't have infinite space. So you need to know sort of what book, you need to be able to predict what books people are going to check out. And you're trying to work at a public library? Yeah, but even for that, you need to be able to do some research to be able to help people with their research. Because a lot of people come into libraries for help with into library to study for my recent board exam, and the librarian yelled at me for having a covered Starbucks drink. We got to be careful about your drinks, Jordan. You got to be careful about drinks, Jordan. You got to be careful when it comes to food and drink in a library. Told sorry about how she saw a kid with a dangly tumor at Ponderosa Steakhouse. And that she thinks of that every time she's at Ponderosa Steakhouse. Well, that's gross. Makes me glad there's no Ponderosa Steakhouse here in Cornwall. Is that a giant desk? Sure, but still. Is Ponderosa Steakhouse still open even? No idea. I have no idea what the status of Ponderosa is. Yeah, looks like. They did get merged. They did merge with Bonanza Steakhouses. Ponderosa and Bonanza merged. So there's still, both of them. The Sizzler. One in Ludington, Michigan that stayed open for a long time, but I haven't been there in years. That Bonanza folded up too. Oof. 12 Ponderosas and 3 Bonanzas. So it's not completely gone, but yeah, a dozen Ponderosas and 3 Bonanzas across the US. So it's just about done. Man, I put some liquids to yourself. Just hydrating, sick of not having water in me. Good, Vanna. You gotta hydrate. You gotta stay hydrated. It's important to stay hydrated. As Jim kept saying bye and then not kicking people. I've never heard of this glory steak hole. Anyway. Want to know what show I randomly think about pretty regularly? Butch Patterson, Private Dick. Did anyone else ever watch that show? Most of you will have not watched it because it is Canadian. It is a very Canadian show. So I'm not sure if there's even any. I'm not sure if any of the Canadian viewers are even in here right now. I'm not sure if any of my Canadian viewers are actually here right now. Yeah, Butch Patterson Private Dick is a. Like I said, it was a Canadian comedy show. Um, I'm in Maine on the Canadian border, close to. It was actually filmed in Ottawa. I wish I was a Canadian viewer. Not sure. I feel like it might have actually been set in Ottawa as well, but I might be misremembering that. It was a long time ago. Hey, Super Chat. Yeah, it ran from 99 to two. It ran from 1999 to 2001. Um, Main character is played by Greg Lawrence, who doesn't even have his own Wikipedia article. Literally no one on the show literally none of the actors even have an article on Wikipedia. That's like oh, actually no, one of them does. One of them does. Susan Brooks. Nope, that's a different Susan Brooks. That is a very different Susan Brooks. So yeah, none of the cast even has articles on Wikipedia, which tells you a lot about how successful any of them have been. Yeah, the main character is he's a private detective. Good night, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the main character is a private detective. He's an alcoholic, a kleptomaniac, sexually deviant, and a premature ejaculator. He's a premature ejaculator. That kind of guy, yep. And it goes from it's like set. It's it was set in contemporary times. It was filmed in '99 and it was set in '99. So, but it was like going for this film noir kind of vibe. But film noir set in turn of the millennium Ottawa. What is film noir? Like the sky was the color of a television screen set to dead channel. like that sort of like old style. Um, like you've seen parodies of it. You may not have seen an actual film noir thing, but you have seen parodies of film noir, like hard boiled detectives being drawn into cases by dames who look like trouble. Some of it can be pretty. Film noir can be really fun. I've never actually watched any film noir stuff myself. Again, just parodies of it. But from a conceptual level, it can be really fun. So yeah, main character is Butch Patterson, who is just in every conceivable way horrible. Just old timey like gangster Northerners. Yeah, sort of gangster stuff, but like usually it'll be focused on some detective trying to hey Killface. So the way Wikipedia describes it is term used to describe stylized Hollywood crime dramas, particularly those that emphasize cynical attitudes and motivations. I'll sleep to you last night like 8:30. Wasn't I only on at 9? Didn't I only come on at 9? The old time journalist with the hat. Yeah, the hat is definitely a big thing. Because a lot of them come from the 40s. Like a lot of crime noir or a lot of film noir movies come from the 40s and 50s when that kind of hat was popular. 8 my time, 9 your time. Ah, fair enough. So yeah, just to get like here's a good description of film noir. Nicholas Christopher sort of said it, described it this way: "It is night always. The hero enters a labyrinth on a quest. He is alone and off balance. He may be desperate, in flight, or coldly calculating, imagining he is the pursuer rather than the pursued. A woman invariably joins him at a critical juncture, when he is most vulnerable. Her eventual betrayal of him or herself is as ambiguous as her feelings about him." So that's sort of film noir. It's very easy to parody. Is it can't be narrator? Not necessarily. It doesn't. A lot of it is narrated. Like a lot of them do have narrators. Not all of them though. It doesn't necessarily require a narrator. It can't be. It can be. Again, not always, but it definitely can be at times. Was I reading against this? I was reading the article about film noir because I was talking about an old TV show. I was talking about old 25 years, but less than 25 years ago. But I mean that is old now. I was talking about a Canadian sitcom, Butch Patterson, Private Dick, which was about a private detective, and had these sort of film noir vibes to it. Like it was sort of like sort of a loving satire of film noir. But set in turn of the millennium Ottawa, and with a detective who routinely woke up in strange places not wearing his pants. Kiss, kiss, bang, bang. I have not seen that one. I mean, shit. I still haven't gone around to watching Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm curious about something. Is there any chance that it is it is not. I wanted to see if maybe Everything Everywhere was on Paramount. Didn't think it would be. Not sure where I'd watch in Canada. It's probably on Netflix. And that's on Crave. Prime Video. It's on Prime Video. Fuck that one. I'm not watching fucking. I'm not getting fucking Prime. That one can go fuck itself. It is on Crave. It does look like it's on Crave as well, though. Take me back to who the pre-gooner is. Yeah, Butch Patterson. So I don't know. It was a fun. It was a funny show. It was like it had like a weird cast of characters. Had like a really it had like a really fun cast of characters who were all sort of they're all kind of stock characters, but given kind of comedic twists. I liked that show back in the day. I did enjoy that show back in the day. I was like 14, 15, 16 when it was airing. So yeah, I was a teenager when it was airing, which is probably the right age to watch a show like that. Added something to my watch later and Google ate it. Boo. Kind of wish at least some of my Canadian viewers were here to see if any of them remember that show. Hey, Andrew. Were you Canadian, Andrew? I forget if you're Canadian. Did you ever watch Butch Patterson Private Dick? Never heard of it? You suck. Go away. I have no use for you then. I'll go for laundry happen so we can see this shit. A few days. I don't think I need to do it for at least a couple more days. All dicks should be private. Free the dick. Free the dick. Stream should be Buttercup themed on the day you wear the Powerpuff Girl shirts. Plop that thing on the gamer desk. No. And the best Powerpuff Girl. I mean, I still prefer Bubbles. Banna is Blossom. Blossom just makes me think of the old sitcom with the where the girl with the hat. You're a narc. She is a narc. She gives, or at least she gives narc vibes. Surprised Tobo went back. I banned him for 24 hours. So he won't be, I don't think he can come back until like 10:30. I think he's got like another hour and a half before he's allowed back. And I won't be on at that time, so yeah. My Bialik is an anti-vaxxer, so I don't like her. That's not terrible. I just got fed up with them referencing Trump's Art of the Deal. Like, I just got genuinely fed up with it. I told him to stop referencing it. Then he mentioned it again, so I'm like, fuck off then. Never seen someone so strongly opinion about a completely opposing ideas constantly. Yeah. Kenny West Jones spent last night said he was Josh Moon. Talking to hear yourself type shit. Also, his whole like copy paste from Wikipedia, like on every fucking topic that we talk about, gets kind of irritating as well. So changing his stream name at one point to his Choke Abroad Out. Hey, Red Room. All you do is sit with a brand bag in a parking lot, I guess you have the time. Gotta bitch me out for binging all weekend. I gained like 6 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, I've been there. It's rough. That is rough, Andrew. You know what else is rough? Having to go refill my water. I'll be back in a moment. Just drink a bunch of water and have salad when you're hungry. What's that name about? Chuck brought out me. It's a pretty shitty name. It's a shitty name unless you're talking about women's MMA. In which case, whichever fighter you're cheering for, yeah, you do want her to choke a broad out. What do you eat today? So far, just a muffin. Just Mitch thing. It definitely sounds like it in his case, yeah. Have I ever been in a physical fight? Fuck no. Of course not. I would get my ass handed to me. Can tell me on the restaurant. I did not see it now. Playing with your brother. I mean, like, you know, back when we were both watching wrestling, we'd sort of do fake wrestling matches, but you know, with it being like it's wrestling, so it's not like the goal is to not hurt each other. Yeah, the goal is to not hurt each other. And don't say what, Red Room, that I would get my ass handed to me in a fight. Oh, I mean, I'm totally I absolutely would. De-escalation works on crazy people anyway. Sometimes. Run away or just drop into the fetal position if someone came at you. I have no idea, kill face. And my brother fought kind of bad one time. I do a female. Hey, color purple. All right, so we got Jordan and Killface both confirming that Ugly Obo is being absolutely horrible in another chat. So never thought my sisters were there scared of me as an adult. He was drunk and everyone else was being awful too. Oh, man was there as well. So what does everyone think? Should I block him? Like should I permanently ban Hobo? Ugly Hobo, because and he was in another person's chat and just being really horrible. Mainly being like misogynistic and racist. Alcoholic no understands now. I might timing out whenever he comes in spamming videos like all right, fair enough. We'll do that. We'll go that route then. Just time him out if he's being annoying. Yeah, until he does something else, it's like, yeah, no, you're done. Probably have stock camp could be here right now. I mean, yeah, they very well could be watching right now. I was just the fact that it's Trump's name on it. Yeah, that Trump claims to have written that book. He didn't actually write it, but he claims to have written it. A gallon of vodka, a whole gallon. Kept him playing. Yeah, yeah. He kept saying that he sent a copy of it. I'm like, fuck off. Somehow SJ was more drink. Could have been filled with water. A gallon of vodka seems excessive. I don't think I don't think anyone. I don't think it's possible to drink a full gallon of vodka. Repros when SJ would throw his hands up like an angry grandma and walk away. Most people get alcohol poisoning. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure Russians would get alcohol poisoning from drinking a gallon of vodka. Take a look at this channel. Some of the shorts had me rolling. Meh. Would not want to have their liver. get some merch. Too much effort, Killface. I'm sorry, it's more effort than I'm willing to put in. Doesn't even matter how little effort it would take. It's still more than I'm willing to put in. Sit here and design it one night. Yeah. Buy a plain t-shirt that just said my channel name in Helvetica. What if it was in Comic Sans? Comic Sans, Comic Book. What if it was my name in Comic Sans? You are the laziest YouTuber. The old metrics. Do a fuck you. It's amusing to me how much people hate Comic Sans. I'm pretty much neutral on it. In any event, still more effort than I feel like putting in. It's ugly and shouldn't touch the professional world. Parody font. It's funny because I know zero names of font. I know Times New Roman. I know Arial. I know Comic Sans. Helvetica. I know Wingding. That is all. I know 5 whole font names. Clearly, I'm ready to start my career in graphic design. Do I like riddles? I mean, not particularly. I mean, if you want to throw out a riddle, go ahead. But they're not something that I have any particular. I have no strong feelings one way or the other about riddles. Remember the Wingdings conspiracies? Nope. I do not remember that, Vanna. I have no idea what you're talking about. Riddles make me feel dumb. I know, yeah. Same here. I never get riddles. If you type 911, it's an airplane symbol and 2 blocks. I mean, interesting, I suppose. That kind of does ring a bell now. 2 ducks in the front, 2 ducks in the back, and 1 in the middle. How many ducks are there? I would think either 5 or 3. It's going. I would think either 5 or 3, depending on like the their formation. Because like it could be that they're walking like 2, 1, 2. In which case that would be 5. But if they're walking in a straight line, then 2 in the front and 1 in the back. 2 in the back, 1 in the front, 1 in the middle. Let's go to ask ChatGPT. Yeah, don't ask ChatGPT to do anything. Never use ChatGPT. I'm not even using that shit to do my cover letters. And I fucking hate doing cover letters. Worst thing in the world. I mean, not worst thing in the world, but cover letters are a pain in the ass, and I'm even then I'm still not using fucking plagiarism bots for that. Not flying to anywhere to ask for a CV. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, man, do I really want to apply if it's going to make me do this? I am still going to apply, but ugh. Not applying for a job where you upload resume and it autofills it, you still got to do the application. Like you can just do. Yeah, it's like you literally have like I just gave you all the information. You want me to fill it back out again? Like what the fuck is wrong with you? You rage. I don't rage, but I do get annoyed and just like don't want to do it. Yeah, I don't rage out, but I hit a point where I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this, and just sort of go do something else instead. So yeah, I currently have 2 tabs open for jobs that I need to apply for. Those 2 jobs do require, the cover letters. So yeah, I've got 2 tabs open for jobs that I need to modify my cover letter for. I might try to do that tonight, maybe, to be able to survive all year if you really want to not get a job. It'd be tough. Cover letters, they're so stupid. I genuinely don't see the point of them. I'm gonna look it up. What is the point of cover letters? What is the point of cover letters? They just want to know you'll do more work for nothing. At this point, that probably is why they still exist. Like, I am genuinely tempted to just start putting in cover letters. We live in a capitalist hellscape and I need money to survive. Please give me a job. Hard to tell if that. Honestly, hard to tell if that would help or hurt my chances. Hey, Angela. I think they would appreciate the honesty. People like people, companies don't 50-50, I know. What would you do for real if you had to plant your food and grow it and harvest it and shit? I would probably end up starving to death. I figure I would probably starve to death, yeah. It'd be better than doing goddamn gardening. Starving to death would be preferable to goddamn gardening. Ugh. Does rice grow in Canada? I mean, I imagine that my expectations there's probably parts of Canada where rice can be grown. I don't know if there's a lot of areas where it actually does get grown. Yeah. We do have wild rice. Like North America as a whole has some different kinds of wild rice. Be able to sell yourself in the streets if you came to that point? Probably not. So yeah, for northern rice, there's or for native for wild rice in North America, there's northern wild rice, um, just sort of like the Great Lakes region and aquatic areas of the boreal forest regions. It's northern Ontario, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Idaho. Southern wild rice, which is St. Lawrence River, Florida, Atlantic and Gulf coasts of the United States, and then Texas wild rice found in Texas. So there is rice in North America, Canada included. A little farm where all you go is rice, green peppers, and onions. Not leave my crib, and then people would break in and hurt me. Thanks, Red Room. You also love me? Thanks, Killface. Think our love language is Googling things to tell each other? I mean, I don't know if it's my love language. I think it's just. I think it's my autism. You also love me? Thanks, Buttercup. Thanks, Uncle Buck. Tranquility your chat offers. Like a safe space. Until someone pisses me off and I start going on a rant. Like, somebody badmouths Cyclops, and I'm like, oh, it's on now, bitch. Thanks, Jordan. Anyway, anyone else watch that Star Trek Section 31? Straight to take some nut time out. People just baiting rage. Not really doing anything wrong. What was that? It's a new Star Trek movie on streaming. It's weird that, like, Vanna is the kindest angry woman I've ever met. Nope, no interest. It's weird that somehow, despite being who I am, I've managed to cultivate an audience that doesn't care about Star Trek. Yeah, I'm a big Trekkie, and yet somehow my entire audience is like, Star Trek? Hey, Kat. Ever met William Shatner? No, I don't particularly want to meet him. Where do you have your movie shows? I watch it on streaming. You love Star Trek Face? Did you watch the new one? The Section 31 movie? I'm just curious if anyone else has watched it. I couldn't possibly give it less attention. You didn't create this audience on your interests. I know. Clearly I did not, because none of my audience shares my interest. I do have his Common People cover. I remember an article talking about how his version is better than the original, and I strongly disagree with that. Like, the argument being made was that the original has like this sort of glammy vibe to it, whereas the Shatner version is, it's a bit dirtier, and he's got the, in his spoken word style, he's got the anger in his voice and all that. Jarvis Cocker is my weird crush. Fair enough. But, like, first of all, anyone who is an equestrian cannot be described as common people. Like, William Shatner owns a fucking horse. He is not a common person. But also, like, he's got like a performative anger in his version of the song. Like, it feels very performative rather than being authentic. With the pulp version, Cocker's vocals sound authentic. Yeah, he doesn't sound angry. He sounds tired. Jarvis Cocker sounds tired. And like the glam version, it's like this. The whole point of the song is he's singing to a girl who thinks that being poor is cool. She thinks that being poor has a glamour to it. So the glam aspect of the song works for that. And Jarvis Cocker, no, he doesn't sound angry. He just sounds resigned and exhausted because like he just doesn't have the energy to get angry about her. He's got, he works long days for no money. He's just I rode horse for like 10 years. Look right it up. But you didn't own a horse, Jordan. Hanging with the confused and sad air of a large grocery store. He never liked anything besides that line about taking her to a grocery store. It's a good line. You did? I don't know. It's just like I just feel like William Shatner's rich, William Shatner's been rich for a long ass time. The dude rode the horse he owned onto his own Comedy Central roast. Hard to reach fellow that kid. The We're All Gonna Die song is pretty poignant. Not sure if I've heard that one. Yeah. Regardless, William Shatner's version of cover of Common People, it's fun, but it's too performative to actually be better than the original. About modern Trek. I enjoy modern Star Trek. That said, the Section 31 movie sucked. It just was not a well-made movie. Part of it is because it wasn't originally planned as a movie, it was planned as a show. William Riker, ooh, yeah. I tended to crush on the ladies. Troy, Kira, both Daxes, Seven, who is William Riker. He's played by Jonathan Frakes, if you know who that is. Beyond Star Trek The Next Generation, he is the dude with the beard. They all dimes. A lot of them have aged very well as well. A lot of people, like a lot of the Star Trek actors, have aged very well. Gates McFadden, she looks great. Nana Visitor, she looks fantastic. Should rewatch Beyond Belief. I do love that. I did love that show back in the day. Someone should do one of those charts, like that chart guy sells about Star Trek and who's in it and where they went. I don't know what chart you're talking. I don't know what kind of chart you're talking about. There are these charts. That doesn't. That doesn't explain it, Cat. Like, right, but I mean that still doesn't actually like what kind of infographic? Like what kind of like what kind of info? To the people who don't know 100% lore or love that they do. Well, I certainly don't know all the lore of Star Trek. There's a lot a lot of expanded universe stuff that I never bothered with, and just even a lot of like the in universe stuff. I just never really like. There's a lot of stuff that I just don't remember. Like I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is though, Catsy. I feel like looking for chart guy probably isn't going to be terribly useful. Anyway, I still maintain that Nana Visitor should be cast in a movie where she plays a retired spy who's pulled back in for one last mission. I feel like she'd kill in a role like that. She just has the look downright. Like she just has that look. Matt Baker. I mean, I'm like, I guarantee there's a bunch of like I guarantee like there's a ton of those types of so like sort of chart style Star Trek posters. Maps. Original series duty roster. Timeline. Ship comparisons. People love them some Star Trek, so Futurama. Oh yeah, I used to love Futurama. I haven't watched it in a while. Like I haven't watched the last couple seasons. Last time I watched is what the original 10 seasons. I remember when it was like original 5 seasons. Yeah, the last season I watched is the season that ended with like Fry and Leela freezing the world or freezing the universe, and then spending a lifetime together in the outside of time. I'm not sure which season that was. It's the end of there. No, that's not the originals. So like the originals, there was 5 seasons. I forget what the final episode was of the original series. I'm talking about after the movies. Actually, 4 original seasons. There are actually 4 original seasons and then the movies. Yeah, so the final episode of the original series was the one where Fry traded the devil for his hands so that he could become a master musician. That was 2003. That one aired. So yeah, there were 4 original seasons. Season 4 ended with the devil's hands are idle playthings. Fry um, trades hands with the robot devil so that he could master a weird instrument in order to sort of win Leela over. After that, they did the movies. The 4 movies, which which apparently counts as season 5. I guess the movies count as season 5, and then they did season 6. And I think season 6 was probably the one that I watched last, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, so season 7 was the last one I watched. Funnily enough, according to the Wikipedia, it's 9 seasons. Wikipedia lists 9 seasons plus a few specials. So somehow you bought an extra season. But yeah, you basically bought the whole thing. Actually, I see what it was. So some of it was broadcast differences. Some of it, like some episodes were broadcast out of order. So like there was weirdness with how it was broadcast. So certain seasons, so I guess there's like officially 9 seasons, but I guess because of weirdness regarding how it was broadcast, it ended up being 10 seasons somehow. Season 9 just finished last year. Yeah, so season 9 just came out over the course of 2024. Looks like. So yeah, I've missed the past 2 seasons, and honestly, I barely remember anything from the couple previous to that. Good news, everybody! To shreds, you say? How's the widow? To shreds, you say? But yeah, Futurama was such a good show. And most of it does still hold up. The episode where Bender, like, the episode where Bender becomes a woman, that one does not hold up. But most of the rest of the series, especially the original airing, those original seasons before its initial cancellation, most of it does still hold up. But it was a genius show. That would probably be fun to do a rewatch of. Maybe after Sailor Moon and My Little Pony, I can do Futurama. We'll see. Good night, Uncle Buck. Saw a video not long ago. There used to be, apparently there used to be, or like there's been some debate in the Futurama fandom about whether Nibbler's shadow actually appeared in the first episode. Like when it first aired. Yeah, like there's been some debate about whether Nibbler's shadow actually appeared in the first airing of the original episode. And this dude managed to get his hands on a preview copy of the original episode. One that actually still includes like a joke that got cut or that got edited, changed, uh, not long after the episode first aired. And yeah, Nibbler's shadow was there. So it is really cool that they had that planned right from the beginning. Yeah, right from the start, they had the plan that Nibbler was going to have been responsible for Fry ending up in the in cryogenic freeze. I like that. It's neat. It is interesting seeing people like put in the work, put in the research to sort of answer to find the answers to various mysteries about TV shows and shit. And shit, I still think it's cool that Lady managed to track down the original pilot for, or not pilot, but the original like sort of test shoot for a live action Sailor Moon. from like the watch the Neighbors in the S2 seasons, but it was so cute. Yeah. I do have a lot of stuff I'm making my way through. So once I finish all my Star Trek stuff, which is probably going to be another 2 or 3 months, probably not like 3 months for me to finish all my Star Trek stuff, on my Star Trek rewatch, then it's on to Sailor Moon, and that'll take a while. Because I think like I'll probably do a rewatch of like the original Sailor Moon series, and then I think they may have done like a sort of completely new. Yeah, Sailor Moon Crystal. So yeah, like I'll be watching the '90s Sailor Moon, and then I'll need to watch Sailor Moon Crystal, which I've never watched. Plus, there's the various movies. Plus, I gotta watch them. Plus, I gotta read the manga, and maybe, just maybe, once I'm sort of chunk of the way through the manga and the anime, maybe I'll see if you people would be interested in watching me play the old Sailor Moon Another Story RPG. Focus on finding a job for Brace for a month. Let me know. I will find it. I will find a job. I mean, like, I watch like 2 episodes. I watch like 2 episodes of something a day. Like this is like shit that's going to be like long term. This is shit that I'm gonna keep doing once I find a job as well. Having a job will not keep me from watching 2 episodes of Sailor Moon a day. You know? Yeah, watch a couple of that's what I do. I watch a couple episodes of Star Trek before bed. Anywho's, we're at 2 hours, so I'm gonna get going now. Is the birthday soon? Yeah, less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks away. I must confess, I would hate to work on my birthday. So I do kind of hope that I don't find anything until after that. That I don't get hired until after my birthday. Would be nice. So, good night, everybody.